It is a new creation that is the oneness that brings the opposites together. It is a child. The child is never the addition of Papa and Mama. It is a new form, and this new form is what is the message of this interview, that it is a constant creation of a new form. And this new form is one in all the world. It doesn't matter if it is in India, if it is goes through the Sufi way, through the Jewish ways, through the Muslim way, through the Islam, so it doesn't matter. There is only one law, one law in the world. And the law is of non-permanence, and we can go towards this law through economy, or through medicine, or biology, or religion, or what people call spirituality. It doesn't matter, but there is only one thing that is moving the ocean, and we are like one wave on this, in this enormous, infinite forms of waves. And we show up, and then we go back to the wholeness. We came from the wholeness, from the oneness, and we go back to the oneness. There's one very interesting koan in Zen philosophy and Zen practice. Where have you been before father and mother met? And that's where we go back. We all have been there, but we don't know it. And we always divide the world into pieces, into little pieces. And we think that this camera, for instance, is isolated from the wholeness. It is isolated because it has no consciousness. But if you go into the deep consciousness, there is no separateness. It can't be.
We founded People's Grocery in 2002. What we understood was that food is a critical component to everyone's life. It is both simultaneously intimate and universal to everyone. Initially, our goal was to create a grocery store for the community of West Oakland. It's a community of approximately 30,000 residents. There's no grocery store at this time for this community. In contrast, there's about 53 liquor stores where many residents do the bulk of their food buying. Our fundamental mission is to create a local food system that supports the health and the economy of the West Oakland community and benefit those who have often been left out of it, namely low-income people, people of color, who are faced with some of the most severe conditions around chronic disease related to diet. So People's Grocery is really an effort to ensure that a perspective of social justice, of social equity, is really at the forefront, what we call food justice, which is really the principle that all people, regardless of economic and social constraints, should have access to the best foods available in our society. Today, in 2008, we have the highest level of hunger that the United States has experienced. Approximately 35 million people are vulnerable to hunger every single day in this country. That is largely a consequence of economic disparities, both in terms of income, but also in terms of how the food system has been structured to become a mechanism for wealth creation for those who control the means of production. What we're seeing now is incredible detriments to local economies throughout this country. in which large chain big box stores have come in and practically destroyed what we call the old main street.
And thank you, baby. Oh yeah.
കാരാം ഞങ്ങളീ നാട്ടിൽ ഗതിയില്ലാതുഴലുകയാണ് അടിമകൾ മുറവിളി നാട്ടിൽ ഉയരുന്നു ജനകീയ.
We are sitting right now on the premises of the Nilgiri Wayanad Tribal Welfare Society. I have been involved with the organization's work for the past 1.5 years. I manage the organization's functioning and the administrative sides of things. The main aspect of our health-related work is that we spend time with the tribal, first respecting him as an individual, and then be able to treat his illness, his sickness, whatever it may be, with emphasis that he is first an individual and he is not coming to me because I have studied great and I have become a great doctor, or I have gone somewhere and did some course, but he is coming to me with a basic need. And I, as a person who has had the opportunity to go have that education, have the responsibility towards another individual who well could be my brother, who is not having that opportunity. So when we talk about betterment, we talk about moving forward, talk about development, it involves a concept of change. My way to make a change would be to respect every individual whom I meet, whom I work with, whom I interact with, for the person that he or she is, and not try to push or put on to him or her what I think would be a better way of doing things.
The idea of Seva Cafe is that it's an experiment in the joys of giving. Every day we take 60 customers in, but we don't think of them as our customers, we think of them as our guests. And we ask them to come in and to feel at home and to enjoy this space and to treat it as their own. So we, as a team of people, a group of staff and volunteers, we cook with love, we serve with love, and then in that same spirit, we don't give a bill at the end of the meal. We ask people to pay from their heart, to really think about sort of where the food is coming from, who cooked the food, you know, and also this idea of paying it forward. If you eat today, whatever you leave, pays it forward for the person who comes to eat tomorrow. And that's sort of our overall vision for Seva Cafe. It's an experiment that belongs to everybody. So any person who comes into Seva Cafe is then a part of Seva Cafe. And something else that we really believe in is that you think globally and you act locally. So, you know, you think about the world, but you do something in the local space to sort of make that change happen. The whole idea behind Seva Cafe is that it's a circle of giving, right? And because it's a circle of giving, when I get today, I automatically want to give tomorrow. So our concept is connected with food because everybody loves food and everybody loves to eat. But this is something that you can implement in your life anywhere you go. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, we can all do our part of service in the world. It's just really that.
And thank you, baby. Oh yeah. How sweet it is to be loved by you. It's just like sugar sometimes. How sweet it is to